You're not going to get that through what some old comedic writings said. You're not going to say, okay, you got what they're saying, because I hear them explain what they're saying. Oh, they're saying we could do this. They're saying our mind is this. They're saying this is in our head. This pineal could do that. Once you expand, you can do that. Once you expand, you can do that. But nobody's fucking doing it. Nobody's doing it. That's what I teach in class. Your steps towards working towards having your own realization. See, I realize that there is a divine intelligence that we are the authors of. There's nothing outside of us that we're petitioning, nothing outside of us that we're asking for relief, help, or assistance. Well, I mean, you can't really say it's outside of it. You ask the ancestors for assistance, but they are within you. They are within your DNA. You're calling on something that exists within inside of you, if you want to be specific. But the point is that once you understand that your divine intelligence is always guiding you, you're no longer distraught when shit happens. Now you understand if shit happens, it's because you allow it. And if your humanity doesn't understand it, it may not even be supposed to. I don't even waste my time trying to understand why chemtrails exist. But I do understand the overall concept. It wouldn't exist if we didn't need it to get where we want it. Even you don't get to say this is an illusion. They get to say chemtrails are killing us. Then let them. Maybe that's what we came to do. If you're suffering from chemtrails, if it makes you crazy, that may be the crazy we need to get to where we're going. Even if we can't intelligently explain it, you have to understand, once you understand that the intelligence of all things in existence is you. And you not just by the concept of what you're seeing on the wall, but the realization of feeling that intelligence, of probing and going into these psychic places, these astral places, and finding there's nothing but you there. There's nothing but faces like yours. And these faces come to you, I guess if we had to describe it, the same way faces of friendly black faces come to you. I've never seen those nigger faces that you looking, fuck you looking at, nigga. Never seen that in so-called some of the worst of my spiritual journeys, going in those places where people call the worst of the worst. You know, we always use our scapegoat, Baphomet, as the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And people should even know that when we always talk about Baphomet and trying to break this down, which it doesn't even need to be broken down anymore. Go to Wikipedia. But that's where you get the word scapegoat. Yeah. You blame it on Baphomet. He's the scapegoat. It comes from him. And so you should know this basic thing for your intelligence. But in the worst of these worst places that I've been through spiritually, there's always a friendly face. And that friendly face is contingent on your light. The more light and power and confidence I had and knowing I had, the more the face became friendly. The more the energy became, I was supposed to be there. See, you may see it as, not you, but folks may see it as harsh and ugly and something powerful because you don't have enough light to play in that room. Because they'll show you in the world of Kemet that there's always a guy standing in front of you with a staff. Because you're the initiate, he represents a gateway. You're going through gateways. So the question is, do you have enough light? Are you supposed to be there? A third grader is not supposed to be in the 7th grade. And it ain't got nothing to do with hate or enemy. But if a third grader sat in the 7th grade, people will look at him hostile. What the fuck are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? Now after I learned my 4s and 5s, come back to your class, kindergarten.
And even if they could handle the intellectual side of 7th grade, they couldn't handle the social aspect.
Right. The social aspect, they have to be, it's like you have to be full, holistically ready.
Yeah.
Holistically ready. But even still, even within high school, freshmen, juniors, seniors, and sophomores are looked upon differently. You're a freshman. It's back in the line. We know newbies get this in any situation. Yeah. So it's the same kind of energy. And it's not, don't look at it as like somebody's gonna hurt you as much as if you these things are dealt with. Your currency is light. So if you don't have enough money to get in, you can't get in the club. You know what I'm saying? If you standing out the club and you said a bunch of like, I only got $5, I can't get in. It's not like he hates you, but he's gonna be like, look, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Go get your money up.
Go get your money up. You know what I'm saying? Or you ever see a crackhead come with $10 worth of change? Nah, I ain't taking that change, yo. You got to get the fuck out of here. Go back to the singles. It's like, man, it's $10. He says, nah, get the fuck on up the road, nigga. And it's not like hate, it's just like you're not prepared. So most black people aren't prepared for a lot of these places. Really, a lot of that you get up based upon your confidence in your self-knowing. A lot of these things was like, I don't know. And I was like, fuck it. I started using logic. Ain't nothing out there besides me. That's what we say all the time, right? What can hurt me? If it's all me, how can it hurt me? Mm-hmm. So that's where you start when you're about to mess with something you think is out of your range. Mm-hmm. You start, how can it hurt me? It is me. And actually, that's how you get through those gateways. That's how you pass. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is saying, because I know. That's why it says you must become the knower, or know thyself.
Yeah.
Don't just think thyself and wonder thyself and speculate thyself and logic or reason thyself. No. Mm-hmm. Why can I do it? Because it's me.
And that's what helped me a lot. After I took your class, which was about last year at this time,
wow.
And going after I started doing meditations and going into basic areas I never delved into, and I'd be talking to myself about well, number one, this is all me, so don't matter what happened,
right?
It doesn't matter what happened, no matter what it looks like, what it appears to be, how it feels. It's all me, so I can journey into any of these places because it's all me. Mm-hmm. Which is a massive. That's a huge
revelation. It seems like there's nothing, but that's actually a real huge revelation once you start realizing that, because it's another way of saying, if it's all me and I'm endless, I'm boundless, I have no boundaries, then that's another way of saying the sky's the limit. Like, you just put no limitation on your mind, which is really the nature of your mind. No limits. So the limitation on your mind comes when your consciousness or your humanity or your ego, which are all the same thing, is constantly stifling it with the reason, with logic, with common sense sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to, once you break down those barriers, the limits of human thought, which is the only true evil in the universe, to a mind that has no limits, to put limits on it is the true evil. That's really the prison. That's really the stifling of free will. Just saying, we ain't supposed to do that as black people. We hear that often.
Right.
Blacks don't do that. And that ain't right for a nigga, and that's evil. That's actually the weaklings. To recognize anything as evil. Now, I don't get it twisted with things that are unbalanced. Punching an old lady in the face is unbalanced. But as I pointed out before, you may walk up on me and I'm beating an old lady's ass. You say, oh, that's evil. Unbalanced. Bad karma. I said, well, she just killed all my kids. Oh, that's justice. Divine right. That's my yacht now. You know what I'm saying? So just the fact that this circumstance can change is not a true thing, evil or good. Just in that one sentence. I'd tell you 1,000 ways we could prove that shit. Another way, I'm a businessman, I'm Obama, I'm in a room full of crack. Bad. I'm a crackhead from the other side of Vernon, you know what I'm saying, Queensbridge, in a room full of crack. Oh, happy day, you know what I'm saying?